Able to see the screen or no?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I didn't get you now. Yes or no?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So I told you, no? We discussed some identities. For which I asked you. I'll just wait one last time for 5 minutes. Do all the work. Derivation part, recollect. Okay. Listen. So what is the first four formula that I asked you to remember? Sin of A plus B, sin of A plus B. Right? So when it comes to sin of A plus B, right? Sin cos plus cos. Right? When I say the order, sin cos, it is A plus B. I always follow the order of the angles. Right? Sin cos plus cos sin is what? Sin of A plus B. Sin of A minus B. Sin cos minus cos. So what about cos of A plus B? Cos minus sin. Whereas cos of A minus B is cos plus sin. Right? Okay. The next part is tan of A plus B. So it is tan plus tan by 1 minus tan into tan. Right? So tan plus tan by 1 minus tan into tan. Similarly, tan of A minus B is going to be tan minus tan by 1 plus tan into tan. Right? Next. Cot of A plus B. Cot. Here alone, the order gets reversed. Right? Cot A into cot B minus 1 by cot B plus cot A. Whereas when it is cot of B minus A, cot A, cot B, plus 1. Cot A, cot B plus 1 divided by cot B minus cot A. Right. Next one is multiples of angle. Then we saw sin 2A. So what is one of the formula for sin 2A? 2 sin A cos A. Right. What is the other formula for it? 2 tan A by 1 plus tan square A. Right. Similarly, cos 2A. There are 4 formulae. What are they? Cos square A minus sin square A. Or? Correct. Or? Correct. So tan 2A. 2 tan A by. So what is the thing you need to remember? I told you there will be a confusion with something else. Sin has a plus in the denominator. Tan has a minus in the denominator. Remember that. Okay. Next. What about cos 2A derived? No. Then sin 3A. It is 3s minus 4s cube. 3 sin A minus 4 sin cube A. Right? Similarly, cos 3A is 4c minus, sorry, 4c cube minus 3c. 4 cos cube A minus 3 cos A. Right? How do we start all these derivations? For sin 2A, for 2A, how will you start the derivation? You write it as A plus A. For 2A, 2A it is A plus A. For 3A it is written as 2A plus A. Right? And you know where to use which one. See, when you are writing for cos 2A, the formula that you need to use, you have 4 formulae for cos. Which one will you use for when you have cos 2A? You will use 2 cos square A minus 1. That thing needs to be remembered. Similarly, when you write, let's see, when you write sin 3A, you write sin 2A plus A. So it is sin cos plus cos sin. So you will get sin 2A, you will get cos 2A also. So for sin, there is only one formula. What is it? 2 sin A cos A. Whereas for cos 2A, what should I use here? I use 1 minus 2 sin square A for sin 2A. For sin 3A, sorry. 1 minus 2 sin square A, because I want everything in terms of sin. Right? Next. What about tan 3A? You will have tan 2A, tan of 2A plus A. So at one place you will get tan 2A. All that you need to do is directly substitute the value of tan 2A, take LCM, cancel the denominators, and then write the final expression. So what will you get? 3 tan A minus tan 3 tan A minus tan cube A Then we saw these things, no, sin C plus sin D. It is 2 sine of bigger angle, cos of smaller angle. What will that bigger angle be? C plus D by 2. Smaller angle will be. What about sin C minus sin D? 2 cos of bigger angle, sine of smaller angle. Cos of C plus D by 2, sine of C minus D by 2. These are all the things we saw, and I want you to write this. See how many places you will get stuck. Be confident. So those are online also. I hope you're writing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So I give you time is 6:18. I give you 30 minutes. Okay, not for almost 15 minutes. I give you 30 minutes time. Write it and read it. For the white, I give you half an hour. Except for the first four identities, leave it on the next. That email is great. Logic. Whatever it was, they will not get it. So that will be case. Ananya, I hope you understood that I'm expecting the derivation, not the form we are doing.
Yes,
Right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Didn't know. Couldn't know. How many did you read? Because of time or? It's still fine because the first time you're writing. Okay. So my main objective is or at least you know your mistakes. Right? So when I'm going to solve problem, just on the level. So now at least you'll know, right, what are the mistakes. When I'm doing the problems, you will be in a position to understand what are the mistakes. Tell me. See, A minus. Yes. So that's one I wrote, no? Sin C plus sin D is basically so sin C plus sin D is basically sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B. So C is equal to A plus B. Sorry, C I treat it as A plus B and D is treated as A minus B, and then you solve it, right? At last you will get 2 sin of C plus D by 2 cos of C minus D by 2. Okay. Same is the case with sin C minus sin D. C is taken as A plus B, D is taken as A minus B. When you solve it, you will get 2 cos of C plus D by 2 cos of, sorry, sin of C minus D by 2. Okay. The next set that we are supposed to see is cos C plus cos D, where C is still going to be equal to A plus B and D is going to be equal to A minus B. Okay. So this is going to be cos of A plus B plus cos of A minus B. Okay. So what is cos of A plus B? Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Right. Plus what is cos of A minus B? It is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. So what happens here is sin A sin B and sin A sin B will get cancelled. So you have 2 times cos A into cos B. Okay. So this will be 2 times cos of A is how much we derived it yesterday. It is C plus D divided by 2 and B is C minus D divided. C minus D divided. So basically when you do cos C plus cos D, all that you're going to get is 2 times cos into cos. That is cos of bigger angle into cos of smaller angle. Linear equations in 2 variables. Add them once. When you add, B and B will get cancelled. 2A is equal to C plus D. So up A வந்து C plus D divided by 2. So here I had A, I replaced with C plus D by 2. Similarly, if you want for D, sorry, if you want for B, subtract them. When you subtract, A will get cancelled. 2B will be equal to C minus D. Understood? So it's basically linear equations in 2 variables. Got it? So please make a note of it. Here. Which one? This one. It is not. Yesterday I told you, no, it is not the same. I took one example. No, sin C plus sin D is not the same as sin of C plus D. Because sin 30 plus sin 60 will come out as 1 plus root 3 by 2. Whereas if you write it as sine of c plus d, you're writing sine 90. Sine 90 is 1. They both will not match. Clear, right? Shall I proceed? Ananya, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Then, so the next one is going to be cos c minus cos d, where c is still a plus b and d is still. So here what will happen is, it is cos of a plus b minus cos of a minus b. Okay. So this will be cos a cos b, sorry, minus sin a sin b, minus this will be cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. So cos a cos b and cos a cos b will get cancelled. Minus sin a sin b, minus into plus, minus sin a sin b, they both are left out. So here the answer will be minus 2 sin a sin b. All right. So minus 2 times sine of, what is the value of a? It is c plus d divided by 2, and b is c minus d divided by 2. That's it. Yeah. So this is the only formula where you will have a minus. So there is a formula where you will have minus. So when it comes to cos plus cos or cos minus cos, observe the pattern. When it is cos plus cos, you get 2 times cos into cos. The result is always cos of bigger angle into cos of smaller angle. When you do cos minus cos, you get sine of bigger angle into sine of smaller angle, and most importantly, you have a minus sign. Am I clear with this? Okay. Now, listen to this carefully. Now we are at the end of seeing all the identities. What we need to do is exactly write them in reverse. You will take the result first and you will write the question. First, questions will be given in this way. They'll not see. If somebody asks you a question of cos x minus cos y, anybody, even 10th, 8th standard student can apply the formula, know the value, write it. But that's not how they will ask. They'll ask you to find the value of sine 60, or for example, sine 30 into sine 45, something like that. They'll ask you to find the value of it in terms of cos c minus cos d or something like that. Exactly the reverse will be asked. You have to write in the reverse. Okay. I'm not going to derive, just use the logic and write it. So what I'll do is I'll create a table. Left side will write the original values, right side will write the reverse values. Okay. So concentrate. So if I break the page into 2 parts, so if we break it into 2 parts, we have the formula sin A, sorry. We have the formula sin C plus sin D, sin C minus sin D, cos C plus cos D, cos C minus cos D. Right. So what is this going to be? 2 times sine of bigger angle, cos of smaller angle. This is exactly the reverse. So 2 times cos of bigger angle How much is it? C minus D divided by 2. Okay, this will be equal to 2 times cos into bigger angle into cos of smaller angle. And this will be minus 2 sine of bigger angle okay. So what will happen is, if the question is given as 2 sine x into cos y. So observe the pattern. All that you need to observe is sine and cos pattern. So if it is 2 sine x into cos y, where x is greater than y, okay. So if x is greater than y, then you write this as exactly the reverse, which is going to be sine of x plus y plus sine of x minus 1. So all that you need to do is add these two angles and subtract those two angles and write it as sum of sine and sin. So whenever I have sine of bigger angle into cos of smaller angle, it is always obtained by doing the operation between sine plus sine. Okay. Similarly, if I have 2 cos x sine y, so I will always write the bigger angle. So 2 cos x sine y. How can I obtain this? I'll obtain it using sine of x plus y minus sine of x minus 1. So basically, you remember the very first formula, sine of a plus b. That's the logic I'm using. Sine of a plus b is sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Sine of a minus b is sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. So sine a cos b will get cancelled. That is why I'm getting this. So you tell me, if I have a question where they say 2 cos x cos y, cos into cos is obtained by doing the sum of cos and a cos. So cos of x plus y plus cos of, am I clear with this? Similarly, if I have 2 sine of sine x into sine y, this is obtained by minus of cos of x plus y minus cos of x minus 1. No. Sine into sine. Sine into sine is obtained by doing cos c minus cos b. So I push this minus sign to the left hand side. So this is one important thing I want you all to remember clear. Don't worry, when I solve the problems, you'll understand. Okay. So very first step, I'll start with these problems so that you don't have confusion. Others are very easy. Direct application only. I'll start with this. Okay. So first copy it. Which one? This one. It is not sine of c plus d, it is sine c plus sine d. Sine of c plus d means, this is the meaning. Sine of, whenever you say of, that is written within the bracket. See, 4 pattern irukra. There are 4 patterns in which a question can be framed. Only using sine and cos. Okay. Whenever I say sine and cos, sine of bigger angle, cos of smaller angle. Reminder. So if you have a combination of, so always I'll write x first, y next, where x is greater than y by default. Okay. So if I have a combination of sine and cos, that is sine into cos order, then it is always written as sine of x plus y plus sine of x minus 1. Whereas if I have cos into sine, it is written as sine of x plus y minus sine of x minus y. Okay. Similarly, there is third pattern, which is cos into cos. If I have cos into cos, I will write it as cos of x plus y plus cos of x minus y. And the fourth pattern is sine into sine. So when I have sine into sine, that is the only place where you will have a minus, because that is how the derivation is. You're able to understand what I'm saying. So cos c minus cos d is minus 2 sine c plus d by 2, c minus d by 2. What I did is I replace c plus d with x. Sorry, c plus d by 2 with x. C minus d by 2 with y. When you do that, you will get cos of bigger angle minus cos of smaller angle, but there is a minus sign that will be added. That is only when you have sine into sine. It won't be. Sorry, oh, doubt clear pandrak, I'll show it. Okay. First, no, make a note, I'll show what is the meaning. Okay, now you yourself do it, I'll give you the logic. Mindly பண்ணிடு first. Cos of a plus b, cos of x plus y another. Cos x, cos y. அது ஞாபகம் இருக்கு. Minus, what is cos of x minus y? Cos x, cos y plus sin x, sin. So first என்ன இருக்கு? Cos x, cos y minus sin x, sin. அப்புறம் நடுவுல மைனஸ் இருக்கு. Then cos x, cos y plus sin x, sin y. So இதுல இந்த ரெண்டு எக்ஸ்பிரஷன்லயும் what will get cancelled? Cos x, cos y போயிடுமா? So அப்போ first expression என்ன இருக்கு? Minus sin x, sin y. Second expression என்ன இருக்கு? Minus of minus தான் இருக்கும். ஏன்னா அங்க plus into minus வரும். Cos x, cos y minus sin x, sin y minus இங்க என்ன வருது? Cos x, cos y plus sin x, sin y. So cos x, cos y and cos x, cos y are gone. So what is that you have? Minus 2 sin x, sin y. But question another. Plus 2 sin x, sin y. And the plus one, what should I do? I need to have a minus. Breathe. Don't worry, I'll explain when we solve problems. You will understand it, don't worry. Shall I proceed? Yeah. Yeah. So we'll get started. Look at this problem. It is sine square 6x minus sine square 4x to be proven to be equal to sine 2x into sine 10x. Okay. So here what I'm going to do is, if I take this as a square, this as b square, it is of the form a square minus b square, where I will write this as sine 6x minus sine 4x a minus b into a plus b. So I've taken the LHS, right? Now I'll apply the formula sin c minus sin d. So sin c minus sin d is 2 times cos of bigger angle. So 2 times cos of bigger angle means 6x plus 4x by 2. So it is going to be 6x plus 4x by 2 into sine of 6x minus 4x divided by 2. Here with this, right? So here it will be 2 times, it is sin C plus sin D. So it is going to be basically 2 times sine of 6x plus 4x by 2 cos of 6x minus 4x divided by 2. Right. So what will you get? You will get the answer as 2 sine of 6x plus 4x is 10x by 2 is going to give us 5x. Here you will have, so 1 minute, correction. So I'll get 2 times cos of 6x plus 4x is 10x by 2 is 5x. Here I'll get sine of 2x by 2, which is going to be x. Here we'll get 2 times sine of 6x plus 4x by 2 is 5x into cos of 6x minus 4x by 2 is going to be x. Okay. So what we will do is, we will combine this 2 cos 5 with this sine. We will combine this sine with 2 cos x. Okay. When I do that, I get 2 times sine 5x into cos 5x. Similarly, I get 2 times sin x into cos x. Now recollect the formula. When you have sin 2x, it is written as 2 sin x cos x. To put it simple, whenever you have sin into cos where both the angles are same, then it is basically sin 2x. So here what I have is 2 sin 5x into cos 5x. So this will be sine of double this angle, which will be sine 10x. And here I have 2 sin x into cos x, which is going to be sine of double this angle, which is 2x. And this is what we are asked to do. Here with this. So it is sine 2x into sine 10x. So here I have cos 5x. Here I have sine 5x. So whenever you have sine into cos of the same angles, okay, it can always be written as sine 2 theta. Because see, sine 2 theta or 2x, whatever it is, sine 2x is equal to 2 of sine into same angle into same angle. Are you able to understand? So I just wrote this in the reverse. Okay. Because the question also gave me a hint saying that this is how the answer will come out as. When I have 5 here, when will I get 10? Only if I'm able to write it as sine 2 theta. So for me to write it as sine 2 theta, all I need is 2 sine theta cos theta. So that's why I was searching for those terms. Did you understand? To make a note of. Because 2 sine 5x into cos 5x. Okay. If 2 sine x into cos x in the you write it as sine 2x. Okay, using the same logic, you tell me if there is a question like this 2 sine 4x into cos 4x, how will you write it as? Sine of double this angle. Double the angle, yes, you write it as sine 8x. So basically, what you're doing is sine 8x, you're writing it as sine 2 of 4x. So sine 2 of an angle is 2 times sine of this angle into cos of the same angle. Understood? So are you able to understand how those identities that I gave you are applicable? So one problem will not have only one identity, it will be something like this. Okay. அதான்டா ரிவர்ஸ்ல எழுதுனடா. 2 sin x cos x is sin 2x. Shall I proceed? I want you to try this one. You guys try it. Same logic, except the fact that instead of sin square minus cos sin square, you have cos square minus cos. தப்புடா. Last term தப்பு. Take the order. You can do in any way. You can do any way you want. See, I'll explain. Listen. A square minus b square. So you can write this as cos 2x minus cos 6x into cos 2x plus cos 6x. Okay. So cos c minus cos d is going to be minus 2 sine of, listen to this, c plus d by 2. So 2 plus 6 by 2 is 4x. Sine of c minus d by 2. So 2x minus 6x by 2 is minus 2x. Okay. This is the answer from the first term. Okay. And the second one is 2 cos of 2x plus 6x by 2 is going to be 4x. Cos of 2x minus 6x by 2 is going to be minus 2x. So here one identity to be known is sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. Similarly, cos of minus theta is minus cos theta. Okay. See, it's very simple. You might get why is it so. Just to give you the understanding, any problem can be solved using those 4 identities which I gave you in the beginning. Sin A plus B, sin A minus B, cos A plus B, and cos A minus B. For example, if I need sine of minus theta, can I write it as sine of 0 minus theta? So sine of A minus B is sine A cos B, cos B minus cos A sin B. Sin 0 is 0. Cos 0 is 1. So minus 1 into sin theta is minus sin. This is another way of understanding. If you go in your textbook and see, right, they would have given this identity even before 3.3. But the logic is any problem, if at all you have the problem with minus theta and everything, you can use this. See, sometimes, just to give you a connectivity, when I write sine of pi minus theta, right? When I write sine of pi minus theta, what do we write? It is sine theta, no? Sine of pi minus theta is sine theta. How did he get it? Sine A cos B. See, that is one approach which I already taught you, second quadrant logic. Okay, but if at all you get stuck, sine A cos B minus cos A sin B. Sin pi is 0. Cos pi is minus 1. Cos pi is minus 1. Okay. So pi minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. Plus 1 into sin theta is. See, this is just another logic that we can use to understand anything. You're able to understand. So if at all you get stuck, you can solve any problem using those 4 identities. Is that clear? So as I told you, it will take time. There's only 3rd class, so don't worry about it. Okay, so don't worry about this. Just giving you all the logics that are possible. So if you know this, then what can I do here? I already have a minus. Sine of minus theta, minus sin theta, means this minus will come out. Minus into minus will become plus. So it is going to be 2 sine 4x into sine 2x into 2 cos 4x cos of minus theta. Sorry, cos of minus theta is plus cos theta. Okay. So what will you get? You will get cos of 2x. Now what is that you need to search for? 2 sin x should be combined with cos x. Sorry, 2 sin 2x should be combined with cos 2x. Similarly, 2 cos 4x should be combined with sin 4x. So split and write them. 2 sin 2x into cos 2x into 2 sin 4x into cos 4x. So 2 sin 2x cos 2x. Cos of minus 2x. This cos of minus theta is cos theta. Cos of minus theta is cos theta. So here if you see 2 sin 2x cos 2x. So using that logic which I gave in the previous problem. So just double this angle. So what will be the answer? Sin 4x, and this will become, that's the answer. Understood? Okay. So just to give, first copy this. புரியுதாடா? புரிஞ்ச மாதிரி இருக்கும் இந்த சாப்டர், அதான் பிரச்சனை. But when you do, you will have so many doubts. In the chapter about 30, you need a lot of practice. I repeat. Every day, at least try to solve 3 problems. Why are we? I didn't pair. I paired sine 2x with cos 2x. Yes, you have 2 sine of one angle and cos of the same angle. Then it will become sine of double that angle. Triple will not come. Triple will not come. Triple will not work here. Triple will come when you have cos 3 sine theta minus sine cube theta. And the formula triple then. Yeah. In this problem, there is no double. I mean, there is no triple. Okay. So just to make you understand, I did those 2 problems. I'll just show you some simple problems also so that you're confident. Okay. For example, this one is there. What are we supposed to do? Sine of 15 degrees. You will write this as sine of 45 minus 30. So you will write the difference of both known angles. So this is going to be sine 45 cos 30 minus cos 45 sine 30. So sine 45 is 1 by root 2, cos 30 is root 3 by 2, minus cos 45 is sine 30 is, so it is root 3 divided by 2 root 2 minus 1 divided by 2 root 2. It will be root 3 minus 1 divided by. So this is the value of sine 15 degrees. Understood? The very first identity which I showed you in 3.3. Got it? So make a note of this. Or you want, you can write it as 60 minus 45 also. It will give you the same answer. You can try and see. Yeah. Done? So we'll try this problem. See. Cos of pi by 4 plus x plus cos of pi by 4 minus x is equal to root 2 cos x. This is what we are supposed to do. So all that we need to do is apply the formula of cos of a plus b. For the first one, what is it going to be? Cos a cos b minus sin a sin b, right? Plus this will be cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. Okay. Now, if you observe, cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So this will become cos x divided by root 2. But if you observe, sin pi by 4 sin x plus sin pi by 4 sin x here, if you observe, they both are getting cancelled because they are of opposite sign. So here you are left out with cos x by root 2 plus another cos x by root 2, which will be 2 times cos x divided by root 2, which will be root 2 times cos x. So that's the answer. So 2 by root 2 is root, right? Simple, no? Yeah. So you can try out the remaining problems. Okay. So next class I will solve them and we'll go to miscellaneous also. So next week I'll complete this. Okay. The week following it, you will be having a test in the whole chapter. Until then, revise everything. You have any doubts, let me know. Okay. Okay, next week I'll complete this chapter. After I complete the week next to it, you will have a test. So 28th and 29th is coming on Thursday and Friday. So Thursday I'll give you time to study because this chapter is tough and I want you to master it. So 28th will be off. 29th you'll have to come and write this. You have to prepare on your own. Okay. 2 by root 2 now. Cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2 into cos x. That is why cos x by root 2. So Ananya,
Yes.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll wind up.
28th is on Wednesday.
Okay, 28th, 29th or 30th, that week.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. I think 29th is Thursday. 29th is Thursday. 30th will be the test. Just write it so that I can announce it. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, the path is. Yeah.